talking about fame and all of this, and this is kind of scary to me. You were robbed at knife point. When did this happen to you, Harry?
This was, it was on Valentine's Day, which
Where
I
were
guess
you?
is like, you know, that's what you get for being single these days, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you single right now?
I should have had other plans.
You don't have it. You were single and you were what? Just walking around?
I was walking home from a friend's house.
Crying your eyes out because you had no love
Correct.
on Valentine's Day.
I was walking,
you were a love star.
So I was about 5 minutes from home. And I'm walking up and I kind of see this group of guys. They've all got like hoods up and their faces covered and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's a bit weird.
Do they know it's you?
No, I had like a hood up and a big jacket on, a hat on and everything.
Right.
It was pretty cold. And I turned my music off because I was listening to some music.
So you walk around with headphones on and you're listening to music, which you should not be doing. You should be aware of your surroundings. Right. But okay, go ahead. I'm not going to bust your balls.
So I turn it off and I'm walking up the street and I keep kind of turning around and the guys cross the road and I'm like, oh, that's weird, you know. And then I'm walking up and I hear like, there was like gravel on the pavement. So I hear like shuffling of feet trying to like catch up to me. So I cross the street and then they cross the street and I'm like, oh, fuck's sake.
This is bad.
And then I cross the street again and then they cross the street again and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, I think I'm about to get robbed. So the guy's like, hey, can we talk to you for a minute? And there's nobody around. So I'm like...
Is your heart pounding?
Yeah. A bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sure. And he's like, do you smoke weed? And I said, no. And he goes, do you want some weed? And I thought, no. And then he was like, what have you got on you? And they all kind of gathered round me. This was something I've been a little bit pissed off about is because I've filed a police report, so then obviously it goes in the press and everything.
Right.
And they wrote that there was only one guy, so I'd like to clarify there was more than one guy.
Right.
But
in other words, so, for your ego,
I'm like, I
could have fought off one guy.
Yeah, like you know, someone was like, oh, it says there was a guy with a knife. I was like, just one?
It was a bunch of guys.
It was a bunch of guys. It was 87 guys.
Yeah, you know, as soon as Harry Styles files a police report, that's the other horrible thing. That's going to be a public thing.
Right.
Yeah, there's no such thing as keeping that private.
So he's like, what have you got on you? And I'm like, I don't have anything. You know, they say stop fucking around and that kind of thing. So I have some cash in my pocket. So I said, I've got some cash. So I pull out some cash. And he takes it from me. And then I had like my headphone jack just sticking into my pocket. And he was like, what's that plugged into? I'm like, oh, God's sake, it's my phone.
Right.
So he's like, pull out your phone. So I pull out my phone. And I'm thinking, okay, this is really annoying. But, you know, I'll wipe it and get a new phone and kind of whatever.
Not worth fighting over a phone.
Not worth fighting over. And then the guy's like, okay, unlock your phone. And the other one like pulls his shirt up and he's got like a knife sticking in his pants. I was like, shit. And I'm kind of thinking like, I just said like, I can't. Like, I'm sorry. Mate, I was like, mate, I can't unlock my phone. And then the guy's like, you've got 10 seconds to unlock your phone. He starts counting down. And I'm like, fuck, am I going to unlock my phone? Am I going to give him my phone? What's the deal? So then I try and give him my phone. And he's like, no, I need to unlock it. And I was like, I can't. And then there's a little pond behind them near where I live. And I thought about throwing it in the pond to just be like, neither of us have it, right?
Yeah, but then they would have stabbed you.
And then I thought I didn't want to piss him off.
Right.
And the lights changed and there was like 2 cars coming. And I just like felt an opportunity and I just sprinted, ran.
And they didn't chase you?
Well, I ran into the road and I tried to stop a car. And obviously, madman runs into the road, tries to get in your car. You're not going to let him in. So they don't let me in. Try and get in another car, don't let me in. But now I'm slightly away from them because I'm in the street. And I think, like, I just turned down and ran back towards, like, the little village area near where I live. So I just kind of sprinted. But usually when I'm out walking, I'm wearing, like, running stuff.
Right.
And this was the one night I'm wearing like corduroy flares and shoes.
Yeah, great.
And I was like, I'm going to have to fucking sprint all the way down this hill. So, I just sprinted down the thing. And I guess because they had some cash and stuff, they just ended up turning around.